What's up, guys? So let's talk about gear upgrades, how to progress your character after, free to play ends essentially, 10.5 or 11.5, wherever the free to play ends, right? So it's a long, long process, guys. It is not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen in months if you are playing the game and farming like you're supposed to. The other way is by obviously the pay to win aspect. You buy the loot off other players. This is the whole reason that the economy flows and works. People are impatient and want to actually upgrade their gear faster than others. And it all revolves around the Archeum cores. So the blue Archeum core is required to craft the scroll to upgrade your tier 3 gear, your tier 3 armor, to tier 4. You can also level up your tier 4 weapons, but it's going to start taking Archeum. At tier 4, all upgrades cost infusions and Archeum. So it is going to get expensive to upgrade these guys as well. And it's 1 for 1. So right there it says it needs 48,998 XP. That means it also needs 48,998 Archeum to upgrade to that max level right there. So let's go show you the scroll that you need, because this is probably the most common question out there. You go in and you craft, or like you go to the community centers. There's probably other places where you can get it, but you're gonna have to craft the artificer's, however you say this, awakening scroll, and it's the one that requires the blue core. It's got 6 of these faint rift stones, 6 of these grand infusions, which are nothing, and then also 1 Shadigan rare crystal. The Shadigan Rare Crystal is acquired by farming materials, so logs, lumber, and ore. You make Shadigan pouches and you open those up or convert them and try to get Shadigan Rare Crystals, which are quite rare. They're very rare, and so this is currently roughly around, let's see here, I think it's like, we'll craft this. So it also costs 1,000 labor and 1,000 Archeum. We're going to go ahead and confirm this because we need the scroll to try and upgrade, because it's not a 100% chance to upgrade, right? So this is another big thing. The gear upgrade process is not 100%. So you're going to have a lot of failures, right? So if we go over here, we can see the lowest listed is 6160 or 61.3 on these guys. So they're not that cheap. Obviously, everything in game is earned in game though, right? So over time, these things will go down in value because the world is going to be providing and producing more and more of this stuff. As more competition happens, there's a surplus of goods and items, and these items will decrease. It's supply and demand though. Right now, they're in high demand and there's not much supply of them, so they are somewhat expensive, right? All right, so next up, to upgrade your gear, you got to have it maxed out at level tier 3. So we're going to try and upgrade the Artificer's Jerkin here. It is at max grade. We de-equip it, and then we go ahead and click on Gear Upgrade, just like we've always been doing. And then we're going to go over to this tab, Awakening. Or what you could do is you could also just simply click on your scroll, right-click it, and it brings you up into this tab already. So you'll notice that it starts off success rate of 50%. So to upgrade your tier 3 armor to tier 4 armor, you have a 50% chance. But there's this thing called bonus success. So every time that you fail, you get 5% more. And look, we're already at 10%. That means we failed twice already to upgrade this gear. And then it shows you the stats down here. So hopefully our luck does not continue and we don't fail again, but we'll see here. So it's going to go up equipment points. We're going to go to 942. It's going to rank down to grand, which allows you to upgrade it further. And then you're going to have 0 plus 0 upgrades of the regrades. And then the stats are going to change. So this is very important. The bonus stats that you have on the gear is changing every time you upgrade. So don't get too attached to those stats. Those things are going to go away. Hey, it worked! Thank God it worked. Okay, cool. So now that we got this, you'll notice that it's a tier 4 weapon or armor. So at this point, it's now going to start taking Archeum to actually upgrade this as well. So if we go over here and click on this to upgrade it, you can see it takes this infusion, and then now down here it says 40 Archeum. So once again, it's that 1 for 1 on Archeum for XP. So this is a 40 XP infusion, and it's going to cost that 40 Archeum. So upgrading is getting more expensive, and it goes exponentially. So this is part of the reason why the game is incredibly balanced in the early game, because of the exponential growth on the gear upgrades. Everyone is stuck at like 10.5 or 11.5, and then everyone has to grind. The only way to progress faster and further is to throw tons and tons of money at the game. So we're not even 1 week old yet, and we can take a look at the rankings over here. And we can see the top ranking player. You do have to opt into the system, but obviously the #1 player is going to opt into the system because you do get a nice amount of rewards. So he's going to end up winning 800 BSLT for being first place. So we can go ahead and take a look at his gear, and you can see he is, a tier 5 weapons now. So he's upgraded even further. And the next step after that is to use the purple Archeum core. And you may have heard that and seen that in chat of, me selling the purple Archeum core for thousands upon thousands of BSLT. And this guy actually ended up purchasing them because he wanted to upgrade his character and progress faster than others. And then all his other gear is at tier... Oh, wow, he's at tier 5 right there, too. Jesus, crazy, man. So, Sussman is by far the strongest player in this server. And it's just because he's paid a lot of money to upgrade his character. Is it a lot of money to him? Maybe not. Probably not. But is it a lot to you and me and normal everyday people? Yeah, it's tons and tons of money. It's probably around, $10,000 to $15,000 right now. And we're not even 1 week old yet in the server. And you can see his equipment points is 16,521. So he's still not that much stronger than, a free-to-play player. A free-to-play player is probably going to start having tons and tons of invalid on him, though, and won't be able to really hit him very much. Once he gets a little bit stronger, it will be almost impossible for a free-to-play player to actually hit him. Well, you might be thinking that's unfair, right? Well, it's the whole reason this game works and why free-to-play players are actually able to make money. In order to make money, they have to sell the items and goods to other players. The other players have to have a demand for this and want this, and to progress their characters. So he's the whole reason that the free-to-play players can go out there, farm the rifts, and sell these Archeum cores and the core shards for BSLT and make money or upgrade their characters. Without people like him, there is no money in the game because, that's where the money's coming. You're buying and selling things from other players. You're buying and selling other people's time and drops that they got in the game. Like, XL Games, the development, the company, is not selling any of these items. They provided the game, they provided the service, and the service is here. It's like, all the items are here, just go get it. Go farm them, right? But it doesn't mean that he's unkillable, okay? It gets into this, right? It's a 50 versus 50 raid game. So if you're fighting against him and his raid, typically what the strategy is, you just CC, control him, bubble him, put him in a wall, and ignore him and fight the other players, right? So that's typically the strategy that has been discovered for the Asia server, is you just kind of disregard the Mega Whale, and then take out the rest of the raid, and then you deal with him when it's 50 on 1. So, it is possible. Like, he will still take damage from, some players. It's only going to be like the free players, like, if you're at 10,000 or 10,500, like, you probably won't be able to hit him. But, like, someone who's at 13,000 or 12,000 gear score, they're going to hit him every once in a while. And he's gonna go down. If you got 50 people wailing on you, you're gonna go down. Just like the bosses, if you're playing Archeworld right now, you've seen a lot of times there's tons and tons of invalid because people are low gear score, they're not high enough level, they're not max level yet. But the bosses still go down because 50 people attacking you, even if they hit you a couple times, you're gonna go down. So anyway, guys, that is it for the gear upgrading system. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. Love to hear from you guys. Thanks for watching as always, and wish me luck. We are going to go and upgrade some more gear and hopefully get to 13,000 gear score.